welcome to the Patty Bandwagon Show, episode 0012. This is the professional way of introing a podcast, but we're not a podcast. Welcome to the Patty Bandwagon Show, peeps. We got my boy Ebert. I'm Siskel, because we're doing reviews.
Woo! What up, everybody? This is the Penetrator. Jpaddy's so excited, he just blew off his headphones.
I just blew off my headphones.
Good job, Jpaddy.
So anyway, yeah, we've been gone for a little bit, but we decided in our previous conversations that we're going to get into the review business.
Not the review business, but we're going to sometimes review some shit.
Well, and we picked podcasts because even though we're not a podcast,
We are not a podcast.
we are assumed to be in that community.
Yes.
So, to help everyone out, this episode is dedicated to local Reno podcasts.
Yes. What we decided is we're going to listen to a couple local podcasts and listen to for just a little bit. 8 minutes. 8 minutes is what
Penetrator.
we decided. Yeah.
I cheated.
What did you do?
I listened to the one you were assigned to.
Okay.
I made it over the 8-minute mark.
Whoa. How is that even possible?
Well, just take a wild guess on how you would get through 8 minutes of the podcast we're referring to.
Yeah, you had to be drunk.
I got really drunk. I did. Because when we get into this and you learn about the participants of this podcast, the creators of this podcast, you'll have to drink a little bit. I had to drink a little bit to get through both.
Oh, well, that's understandable, and that's what we talked about, is that how we kind of, before we got really into this, we were trying to listen to other shows in the area to try to get a feel, make sure we're not, like, copying or give something different to the community.
I just wanted to have an achievable goal for us.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to start a venture that would put us in a light where we're definitely setting the bar low and shooting for way less.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we've raised the bar.
Yeah, we kind of overshot that just a little bit because of our sound quality. First of all.
Exactly. I want everyone to know how it is hard to get quality sound in a show.
It is hard because at first it took us 2 weeks to figure out this thing.
Right? I understand why bigger shows have production studios.
They have dedicated engineers.
Right.
They have sound engineers.
Yeah. Well,
Just for that.
I like to consider myself a sound engineer.
I'll give that title to you.
Yeah.
Welcome to our sound engineer, Jpaddy.
Yeah, it took me 2.5 weeks to get a master's in that. Obviously longer.
Yeah, and then you read the book and everything worked out great.
Well, yeah, the book had 5 instructions, and boom.
We're rolling.
That's right.
Anyway, so we listened to these ones before, and then we just stopped about it. Then we brought it back in our conversation, and we were like, okay, let's listen to 8 minutes of the one that you did, which was...
Well, I did the Reno Slant.
The Reno Slant. I did the Hate Journals.
Yes, you did.
Ugh.
So, just to get us going, give us an overview of what you think the Hate Journals are about.
No, let's figure out how I got the Hate Journals and you got Reno Slant.
Okay, we'll get to that too.
We had to flip a coin because neither of us wanted to listen to either one of them.
Correct.
It was a fight. So we had to flip a coin.
There was obviously, I don't mind that I got the one I got because I've listened to the Reno Slant before. It doesn't totally hurt my ears. There is some sort of sensibility. It's a very well formulated show.
Yeah.
Because the producer or the creator of this show has some experience.
And it's Reno sports.
And it's sports, and I will listen to anyone's stupid shit.
Just maybe
I don't care what their opinion is.
They might have something that you can get out of it.
Right.
Okay.
We're going to get a little deeper into that a little bit later.
I got the Hate Journals.
You got the Hate Journals, and from what I know, it's 3 chicks, correct?
It is 3 chicks.
Okay.
I actually looked at their website, which is nice. Actually, they do have a nice website.
I've seen it.
It's polished.
Their quality is really good there.
Yeah, they spend more on the website than a microphone. So, but on there, they are not geared to guys. It says for women, impossibly men.
So they've crossed off the possible.
Yeah,
men.
they're like, fuck it. we're only going to talk to girls and talk over each other and not make any sense.
Okay. The first time I listened to this show, it made me flash back. On my mom's side of the family, there's 13 kids. There are, I believe, 7 sisters. Okay. So when all the aunts get together,
yeah,
I remember when I was a kid how they would talk over each other, how they'd yell about stupid topics like soap operas and shit.
Yeah.
That's the initial feel that I got for this.
They talk about people, not ideas. They were making fun of one of their friends on the show.
We do that.
Yeah. But it was like hate. Like, it was like they were talking shit.
Like real shit.
Real shit. Like that person would be offended if they heard that. I hope that the shit that we talk, I hope our friends
It's in good fun.
It's in good fun. It's like,
But you felt like there was real intent in the shit they were talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Like they're trying to totally bash this person in the Reno social circles?
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty bad. I was like, wow, why would you? Well, I guess it's a hate journal, so you're going to fucking hate on your friends.
So... Can we go back to the quality, though?
Okay, yeah. So right off the bat, you're going to hear the quality is just shit.
So this is kind of the reason why I'm going to get a little stereotypical here.
Go.
You don't let your girl or your wife hook up your sound system.
No. You got to have a little bit. You got to understand, like people got to hear it, right?
Yeah.
So they're not even seeing your face. They want to hear your words.
Right.
So if you got a muffled fucking sound.
Right. It sounds like they're talking in a hallway. Well, I don't know if it's even in a hallway.
No.
It's like they're talking in the bathroom.
Yeah. It sounds like they recorded it on a Nokia Razor and just fucking uploaded it.
I thought I was listening to a cassette. That's why I texted you. I was like, wow, they just hooked up a tape deck and hit record.
This is the original underground podcast.
And, I don't want to bag on them for that. Like, it gives it at least you can tell that they have no experience.
Just like us.
Just like us. They're kind of winging it.
Just like us.
Just like us. You can definitely tell they're opinionated.
Very opinionated.
Very opinionated.
We'll get into my 8 minutes that I listen to.
Okay. And then at the end of the day, my main listen to more than 8 minutes.
Okay.
And it was Pulling Teeth.
What episode did you listen to? Could you just give me
It was the one, it was the mermaid episode, right? Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah, Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
So we listened to the same one.
Yeah, but it took me, like, you only listened to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It took me 15 just to figure out what they were talking about because they were talking over each other.
Yeah. That's the other thing. They just talk over each other. If you and I start talking and we're both talking over each other, you can't hear because you're not looking at your face, right?
Right.
You can kind of see who's talking.
And in any type of show atmosphere, to get the point across, what we've learned in our 2 months of show.
Yeah.
Showing. Yeah, you gotta stay on point.
You gotta stay on point. I look at you. When I'm talking, you're not. When you're talking, I'm trying not to.
Right.
So that the people can hear it. So I guess maybe the show should be podcast expertise or podcast 101.
So if anyone that works with that show listens to this show, we're not a podcast. We're a little more professional.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, you're on the right track.
You're getting there.
You have the creative mojo. But as far as the technical quality, it hurts. As far as getting your point across, maybe in a salon-type atmosphere, you get it across. But for normal dudes and people that aren't crazy, you're not getting it there. I know that you guys have had a review written about you.
Multiple.
They're probably all your friends that are giving you a participation award.
There it is.
They're like, you go, girl. You keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. As a neutral bystander, step your game up.
Step it up.
So, Penetrator,
yes.
Really get into the meat of the 8 minutes.
Okay. So, in this 8 minutes, I'm going to try to keep this down to 2. So, for the first, I actually listened to 10 minutes. First 2, I tried to figure out what they were listening to because I jumped to like 40 minutes. I wanted to start there and listen to 50.
How long was the show?
It's like an hour and 50 minutes. It's almost or an hour and 45.
Shut them up.
It's a long.
They don't edit.
No.
You get the whole thing.
So anyway, they jumped right into apparently Little Mermaid casted a...
Was it a black chick?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
And people are upset, or someone, I don't know who would be
People
upset.
in the salon industry, desperate housewives, they're pissed off about this.
So they're like, oh, whatever.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, yeah, it doesn't look like you, blah, blah. They go right in, they're like zero transition into fucking dreadlocks out of nowhere. I don't know what this was. So they
So
started...
the Little Mermaid, they didn't say the Little Mermaid had dreadlocks.
No, they were talking about Aquaman.
Ooh, okay.
And then they went right into dreadlocks.
Okay.
And the one girl goes, my hate journal, I'm backing off my hate journal, because that's what it is. They just bag on shit.
Is that what they call their segment?
Yeah, no. So they're the hate journals.
I get that.
Each girl apparently has to log or video log a journal of hate. So this one already did
Hey,
what
ladies,
she hated.
It's called a rant. Continue.
So she's like, I'm going to change mine from whatever it was to white people should not have dreadlocks
Ooh, okay.
because they don't have the hair for it. Only black people can have dreadlocks because their hair type is dreadlock.
Is sufficient enough?
Is sufficient enough.
Okay.
I was like, what the? To me, dreadlocks are a culture. It's not really.
Yeah.
It's not really like I'm doing it for because I want to have dreadlocks. It's people that have dreadlocks are in that certain subculture of whatever.
Reggae.
That's what
I
it
don't
is.
care what color you are.
No.
If you're in reggae, you can have dreads.
Yeah, and that's it.
If you have the hair to do it.
Yeah, clean, and that's where they're like, oh well, what dreadlocks on white people are dirty.
Oh, they did not
Yes,
say
they
that.
did. Yes, they did. And black people have cleaner dreadlocks because it's more natural. So I was like, all right, well, I got to say that on the show.
That is awesome.
Yeah. And then I cut it off because
one of the positives of their show that I took is that they kind of push some cultural issues.
Yeah, that's pushing a cultural issue.
They definitely are, but I thought they were embracing more diversity. But when you make an assumption like that, it closes your audience off.
That's why it's called the hate journals.
Yeah,
I
guess.
They
They
hate certain people.
And you know what? It is their expertise, right? Like, aren't they? They appeal to salons. I feel like they are salon chicks.
Yeah,
the way they talk and
it sounds like
the assumptions they make.
Like a Reno dive bar,
right? For women.
For women, a Reno woman's.
Like they've all probably worked at Express Cuts at one point. Maybe some cost cutters? What was the old school?
Yeah, cost cutters.
Cost cutters, and they've worked their way up.
Supercuts.
Supercuts.
They all worked at Supercuts.
The last time I got a haircut, it was at Supercuts.
There it was.
Yeah, it was like in 1992. But
let's go 96. Let's give you a little.
No, actually, I'm exaggerating. It's probably 2001.
No, come on.
I still had the Happy Patch in 2001.
No, you didn't.
When I was 21, I had the Happy Patch.
Okay, well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I shouldn't have been cutting my hair. Like, I should have been shaving my head. But
that's right. You had the comb over in 2000.
I still had the Party Island.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So that's what gets press in in this.
So we need to start something.
Okay.
We're gonna have it on a 5-star system.
Okay.
What do you rate it?
Based on that 8 minutes, I give it a 2.
2?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Because their website's good, and they have a lot of content.
Don't you think you should give them a half point more to the quality website?
Yeah, that's a star for their website.
You get one. Okay. So they got 1 star for the website.
Yeah, and 1 star for the content.
Okay.
Like, not quality. Well, yeah, it was quality. It was. I wouldn't say it was quality. They definitely have a demographic, but they do it every week.
Since I cheated, I'm gonna give a rating 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 2.8.
2.8.
2.8
2.8
out of 5.
Okay.
They deserve over 50%.
Oh yeah, it is.
2.8.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
And the only reason I say that is publications have written about them.
Okay. I'll give that.
Bad media is better than no media.
Well, fuck. So we should have fucking a lot of bad media.
That's why. Why do you think we're doing it this way?
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
Listen to our shit.
If you hate it, share it. So
Yeah. All right.
So the average is we're averaging it. The Penetrator Jpaddy average on this show on the hate journals is a 2.4. You
Yeah.
gave it a 2, right?
Yeah.
All right, 2.4.
Okay.
But just to wrap up hate journals, girls, we're not hating against the hate journals.
Now.
We're giving you the critique that you actually need.
Yes. A real review.
A real review.
A real
We're
review.
not your friends.
No.
We're not your clients at your salon.
Yeah.
That
We're not going to pay
You know what?
$20 at the end.
exactly. If you were cutting my hair, I'm not going to talk shit about your show because you're going to fuck up my cut.
On purpose.
Exactly. So, obviously, all your clients, all your friends, your mom and dad, they're going to say it's good. Listen to what we're saying.
Out of the 10 people that listen to this show, one said it sucked. So we're at a 90%.
Yeah, we're at 90%. It doesn't matter if it's only 10. So, the other podcast,
Yes.
it's so weird using that word.
Yeah, we got so good at saying show.
Yeah. So anyway, the other Reno podcast that we'd advise you checking out, and the only reason we advise it is to prove that
Men do it better.
there's people that do it better and we're not even as professional, is the Reno Slant.
The Reno Slant.
So, Penetrator, what it is, it's two brothers.
Okay.
Two brothers.
I'm going to stop you there. I'm not going to just agree with her. I listened to a little bit a while ago, so
You have some experience with
I
the
have
show.
some experience. But for our audience, yeah.
Yeah. So, to let you guys know, two brothers, they advertise how they are University of Nevada alum,
Which is awesome.
which is fine.
Probably Hate Journals doesn't have that.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have a degree. But due to that fact, the one brother, his name is Nathan Soup.
Okay. Have you met Nathan Soup?
I have not.
Okay.
But he is a bona fide writer. He's worked for
He's a sports-
media outlets.
Sports journalist.
He's a sports journalist. He's not a sports personality yet.
Okay.
And we're going to get farther into this.
Okay.
Couple things. They give very accurate sports knowledge to you. Whether we're talking, what they emphasize on is Nevada sports, whether it's Nevada basketball, they talk Nevada football. The show I listened to, they were talking about the Barracuda.
Oh, the golf championship?
Yeah, the local golf championship. They were talking to a director.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they get legitimate interviews.
Okay.
That's the one brother. The cooler brother,
That's the main guy, right?
yeah, he's the reason the show's there.
Okay.
The second brother,
It's a call-in, right?
I think his name's Aaron.
Okay.
We'll call him Colin.
No. He's a call-in.
Yes. They never are together when they do the show.
No.
You want to know why?
Do they get a fucking street fight?
No.
Oh.
This show would be a lot cooler if they put that in a podcast. The brother who's established in journalism has a show called Reno Slant, and he does it from Vegas.
What?
Yeah. He doesn't live in Reno.
Well, that's fine. The one is here, though, right?
Yeah. The brother that goes to games, goes and parties, whatever. The one who's supposed to give a little pop culture.
Wait. So I'm backwards. The main guy's out of Vegas, and the other one calls
He
in.
lives in Vegas. Like, that's where he does the show from. So I'm picturing him in his bedroom, Skyping or what, bringing in all his guests by phone.
Why in the fuck does he live in Vegas?
Good question.
That kind of pisses me off right there.
Well, dude, you have a show called Reno Slant, and you're doing it from Vegas.
I can understand the brother living in
No.
Vegas.
Yeah.
And then the main guy here.
No, the brother, there's a Vegas connection there. To be honest, I don't want to waste my time on figuring out how how they figured that part out. But I'm going to give a positive right off the bat.
Hey, you already gave a couple.
They're accurate. So here's one of the things that they talked about in the show I listened to. They talked about this crazy contract. Are you okay?
Yeah, that burp. I didn't want to fucking make you check out for a second. Okay.
Yeah, the penetrator he was waving his hand in front of his nose, and I wasn't sure if he farted. But no, it was only a beer burp. Anyway, so in the show I listened to, they brought up, he's an Aces player named Tomas. He's a Cuban player
Okay.
he got a ridiculous baseball contract.
From the fucking Diamondbacks?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's it's one of the worst contracts in baseball. But the significance to Reno is he plays here in Reno.
Yeah, for the Aces.
You know how much he makes a year?
No.
$15 million a year.
You said it's the worst?
He plays for the Reno Aces.
And he got 15
And
million?
he got a major league contract before that, but long story short, he winds up in AAA baseball, and he's here in Reno, Nevada, making $15 million a year.
Well, I don't see a problem in that.
You just don't see that very often.
But he can get called up at any time,
He
right?
doesn't get called up.
But he could.
He could. But anyway, he lives in Reno, and he's making $15 million a year.
Okay, so what was their point to that?
Well, it was just the fact that they caught it.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, they brought it up now. I went to an Aces game about a month ago. An usher gave me this info.
Well, maybe they have a lot of...
Yeah, they might have a lot of topics. So
slow week. Yeah.
Right. I feel like this story should be brought up more. So that day that I learned of his $15 million contract, I was like, this has to be bullshit. But, look, of course, I Google search it, verify it. It's legit.
Okay.
This is my first recommendation for the Reno Slant.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Why didn't you go downstairs of that baseball game and go look at the employee parking lot?
Ooh.
You will notice when you go into the employee parking lot directly across the street from Aces Stadium,
Yeah.
all the players' cars.
Yeah, you could see him.
Yeah. And a guy that makes $15 million, his ride is sick. Like he had a sick-ass SUV Mercedes.
Did you stalk him?
I did. Because I was like, dude, if you're making $15 million a year and you live in Reno, Nevada, one, where do you live?
Montreux.
It's temporary, though. Like, I doubt he even lives in Montreux. I bet he lives either in the Montage or what's the what's my favorite living over Old Bridge Pub?
Oh fuck! What's
The Palladio.
Yeah.
That's where I would live if I were him.
Why?
It's close to work, and I'm not planning on staying in Reno.
Okay. The reason he doesn't live there is because he fucking drove to work. He drives somewhere, Jess. Oh, sorry.
Whoa. All I'm saying is, if I have a sick ride like that, I will drive 3 blocks.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd show that shit off. Like that, his ride is that nice. So I went and looked at all the cars that are in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Escalades.
No.
No?
No, we're talking AAA baseball, my friend.
Oh, you're looking at like Honda Civics and shit?
We're looking at some family wagons. Like, there might be a Denali or something
That's
in
what
there.
I was thinking, yeah.
But his ride, you knew.
What is it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a car specialist. It was just a fancy-ass Mercedes sports car.
Oh, okay.
So anyway.
That's expensive.
So that gives like you a true feel of a guy that's that rich. He's making $15 million a year, and he's living in Reno.
What? He came from fucking Cuba.
So what?
It's better than Cuba. Any place in America is better than Cuba.
Arkansas is not better than Cuba.
We're
going on a tangent.
I'm just saying, he's.
Can I finish giving them props before we go off to this?
Okay.
I'm just saying they could have went and looked in the parking lot, and they would have seen.
How? He lives in fucking Vegas.
Thank you. So
what's the second prop?
Now I've lost it because
It's too many good points.
So they make all the accurate points.
Okay.
The next thing that I kind of want to bring up is their conversation with the marketer or whatever of the Barracuda Open.
Okay. The director?
Director.
Okay.
Obviously, he's in charge of ticket sales. He was obviously in charge of finding volunteers because they're really looking for volunteers.
Who would want to fucking do that?
I don't know. For a golf tournament, it's a PGA tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, there's great golfers. Have you ever been?
No.
Okay. I'd never been either, so I was
It's this weekend if we want to go.
I was thinking about going.
This is a PGA Tour event that doesn't have premium players. Name a player you know.
Well, yeah, it's an off PGA. I mean,
it's PGA.
Copa.
Not there.
Yeah, none of them are there.
Woods. Not there.
No. Woods barely plays.
Wood sucks balls.
Yeah.
And he's not even at this tournament.
Mickelson's not there.
Not there.
There's a ton.
Yeah.
Right? Travis Scott? Not Travis Scott. Yeah, Travis Scott. He's not there.
Travis Scott.
Is it Travis Scott?
I don't know. So
Okay.
he's having this conversation with this gentleman that's obviously trying to sell his tournament. And they're talking about, we've had so many past champions there. Like, they came, they won this tournament, and then they moved on to big things. Not selling me yet. Like, I don't feel it.
Yeah. Did you say his name?
They said, like, John Day was there. He's a big name.
He's a big name now.
Yeah.
Now.
Bubba Watson
Now.
played in this tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're watching the aces of golf.
That's exactly what I was going to compare this to.
Okay.
This is the AAA of golf tournaments.
Yeah.
So you got to be like a die-hard golf fan to really appreciate it. So if I'm the gentleman interviewing the director of this tournament, I'm asking a little bit harder question.
Give me one question you'd ask.
If I don't know golf, why am I going?
If you don't know baseball, why would you go to the Aces?
Correct. What promotions do you have to intrigue me to go?
Exactly.
Which they touched on. Oh, well, we got family activities. We got games for the kids. On the 18th hole, we have the Jose Cuervo tent.
They have the
Or something to that effect.
The Tito's.
Tito's! Whatever.
That's the only reason why I want to
go. Maybe they are on the right track.
They're getting there.
So anyway, I just feel like if you have someone in there, like he did kind of touch the topics that needed to be talked about as far as criticism of this tournament as the main stars aren't there. And I don't know if you know Penetrator. If you want to go, it usually is very easy to find free tickets.
Well, I want to get tent tickets because I want to
You want to party.
I want to party.
Yeah.
I want to party and see good like approach shots and maybe walk around a little bit. Not very much, but
what I learned from this episode, hole 9 and hole 18 are the holes to hang out at.
Yeah. Okay.
Still not sold if I want to go. But what I'm saying is they need, like right now, the tickets to this event are not in demand. Like no one gives a shit.
No.
I don't care if you're called the Reno Tahoe Open or the Barracuda Open. It has never been intriguing.
They don't promote it. It's not. I don't know. They have a hard time doing that stuff. The Reno.
They tried to in this podcast.
Oh, he's on the Reno Slant. I'm sure he's doing shit all day long to try to promote it, but he's not. I don't know. How do you promote the Aces? There's just they're there. They're staple.
They're downtown. There's something to do. That's the thing. This golf tournament is supposed to be a top-of-the-line golf tournament, and it has triple.
Well, it's still PGA. It's not like
it doesn't matter.
It's not like a weird West Circuit or something like that.
If they had John Daly, they got to bring John Daly in.
Did you hear about John Daly?
No.
Can I break into this rant?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was fighting to ride in a cart because he had a fucking knee surgery or something. His knee's hurting. Blown out, whatever. They didn't approve him. He's like, fuck it, fine, I'm still going to play, right? Wherever he's at, he gets starts getting really sick. He gets hospitalized because he got bit by a fucking spider. He missed the tournament anyways. He got bit by a brown lacrosse. Almost fucking died.
So... You know what? They might have talked about him. I'm not sure.
Oh, my God.
Hopefully he is playing.
He is my favorite golfer, by the way.
Yeah, because we're not golf fans.
Well, he's a fucking... He'd be like...
Do you remember Craig Stadler?
No.
He was called the Walrus.
No.
Oh, well, he was my favorite golfer because he was kind of fat. You could tell he was a cool personality.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
They should bring Craig Stadler in.
Okay.
Lee Trevino. Mm-hmm. You recognize that name?
Yeah. It sounds like
I don't care how old he is now. Bring him in.
Sounds like my golf coach.
He might be your golf coach. You might.
No, they're not related.
Oh. His last name's Trevino?
Trevino.
Oh, his last name's Trevino?
Yeah.
Do not be too fast to judge. Anyway, I feel like the Reno Slant, I get all the media that I get the normal media from. If I'm listening to Chris Murray, who I've talked about,
Yeah.
local sports writer.
Yep.
Respect his writing, but you know pretty much everything he's going to say. Like, he gives you stats. He just hammers you with, like, fantasy stats without it being fantasy.
Yeah. But he works for
An entity that is very close to every person he interviews.
But the Reno Slant has a chance to break that mold.
That's right. So that's you brought it right to the point. Reno Slant. Boys, you're a little young, so you don't know this. Don't follow the same route that the Chris Murrays do, the Joe Santoros do. Have you guys ever heard of Barstool Sports?
What's Barstool? Just kidding.
Yeah, you know Barstool Sports.
I love it.
There is a reason why people listen to them. Because they're not dorks.
They broke the mold.
Yeah, like most sports personalities in Reno, if they're still in Reno,
Good point.
they're kind of dorky. Like, I don't want to go to a game with them. Like, they aren't that type of personality. They feel like they gotta be very analytical. I don't feel like they have the true love.
They're trying to do all sports. They have to know all sports.
And the prototypical way of being a sports journalist in Reno is you can't be brash. Because there's no sports personality here in northern Nevada that I feel pushes the envelope.
Once you're cut off, though, right?
That's right, and that's what they're scared of.
But they could bring it up, and that would be their forte. Isn't that what Barstool did?
Barstool, they give a very fandom feel to. They're not a prototypical reporter.
Yeah, but they for them to get 86th out of the NFL gave them more head.
Oh, you're talking about Portnoy getting kicked out of the Super Bowl.
All of them getting kicked out of all NFL shit. So
right.
That gave them more clout with sports fans.
Right.
So maybe if they did that, maybe if they
push the envelope just a little bit more.
Yes.
I'm going to bring up something that you probably won't agree with.
Ooh, bring it on. About time in this show.
Well, so I was hammering Murray.
Okay.
On Twitter. And I wasn't really hammering him.
Like when? You do it all the time?
4th of July.
Okay. Because you do it all the time.
Well, anyways. I bring up topics that I want him to ask some questions that are very valid, but I know he's not doing it because he's worried about his paycheck.
Obviously. Okay.
And I want to give a little disclaimer. I am not bagging on Chris Murray because he is the only one in this town that pushes the envelope at all. I would love to see his emails of hate mail because me and him have actually talked about this, and I completely respect him. But I feel like now he's kind of getting broken down because now he's moved to a different media entity where it pays his bills. He's probably making a little bit more money than where he was at. And speaking of where he was at, that property's for sale.
Okay.
Reno Gazette-Journal, the property's for sale, which is not a good sign for that paper.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Recently, within the week.
Okay.
But moving on, I think Murray is credible. I find his writing awesome, but I hate the fact that there isn't another opinion in town that keeps even him on his toes. What I'm talking about.
He has no competition.
He really doesn't.
Okay.
If someone's bringing up something controversial, it's him.
Okay.
There's this dude at RGJ named Duke Rittenhouse. He's boring. Joe Santoro and Sparks. Loved him as a kid. Spax. He's a perfect Spax writer. He's from Chicago, but, we still like him. But anyway, he was like my childhood. I loved reading his articles. And it was because they did controversial shit. Like, they'd bring up a topic, and then him and this guy, Steve Snetton, they'd argue. That's not around anymore. Chris Murray brings up every topic that's going to be iffy.
Okay.
Here's one topic he didn't, and he followed the mold.
And this is what you
this
is what you were bitching about on the 4th of July.
Yes. In the week of the 4th of July, The main Nevada football story was Cody Fajardo. You know why?
Who?
Well, Cody Fajardo was the quarterback
I know.
after a certain guy named Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, what do you say about Fajardo?
Well,
JJ.
the main,
What we call
we'll
him.
call him Cody JJ. No, I like Cody Fajardo. I'm not going to totally diss on him. But
That's what we called him in the stands.
I don't have as many beers in me. All they talked about was Cody Fajardo's first start. Everyone's writing like Reno Slant has him on the show. Chris Murray had him on the show. There's another podcast called 15th Street in Virginia. I believe it's ran by Silver and Blue Sports. Another dork is the
Fucking nerd.
oh, he's so nerdy. Anyway, they get Cody on there. And that's the main story here in Reno.
That's this year?
This year.
He graduated 3 years ago?
2013, something like that. He's playing.
That's fucking 6 years ago.
I don't know. But anyway.
Is he in the NFL?
No, that's the point. It was his Canadian Football League starts. And everyone wants to talk about this. And this is happening during a certain week where Nike released a certain shoe and none of the local media would talk about it. I tweet at Chris Murray on his Cody Fajardo story. I'm all, oh, that's cool. But speaking of Nevada alum, what's going on with Nike? No response. None. And I don't want to put words in Murray's mouth, but Murray, he talks about it. And again, the reason he probably didn't want to talk anymore about it is because of all the flack he takes. So, Reno Slant.
Okay.
You're close to the university too. You're boys with the SID there, so that's your connection to all your interviews with the university. I get it.
Anybody that's still listening, this is Jpaddy's in life.
No, it's not. Because I'm
Listen to all these words. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
SID, Sports Information Director.
Okay. No,
He's
I
had
didn't fucking know.
So the host of the Reno Slant is boys with the Sports Information Director at the University of Nevada, because this dude does his beer segment, his local food segment for our traveling Nevada fans. So those guys know each other. So
Okay.
the reason why the Reno Slant gets interviews with certain players is because of that connection.
Okay.
And that connection obviously gets Chris Murray, all the Nevada Sportsnet fools. All these people do not want to break a story or talk about a topic that will cut their line
Their
to
ties.
the university. So,
Why don't? But if you get cut, why don't you talk about it? Why is everybody so fucking secretive about their ties and how I got the story and blah blah blah?
well,
When they're all doing the same fucking story.
That's-
if Fajardo's everywhere, what difference does it make that you didn't get the Fajardo fucking interview? Come on.
yeah, that's the thing. Cody Fajardo is probably an easy interview for any media right now, which is fine. It's nice. People in Reno like talking about Cody Fajardo more than they like talking about Colin Kaepernick. I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah, that's very safe.
Yes.
That's very safe.
But when media in a specific area doesn't even speak a word of probably one of the most polarizing athletes during the exact same time period, that's telling me that something's up. And that's telling me that these so-called journalists,
They're not trying to do journalism.
they're not living up to their name.
No, they're just trying not to cut the
Cut the ties. They
Bite.
just don't want to cut the ties.
They don't want to bite the hand that feeds them.
Exactly.
So,
So, on that note,
yeah.
stop being dorky, guys.
Yeah, stop being fucking nerds.
Yeah, stop being nerds. Murray, you've pushed it before. Push it again. That's why I tweet the way I do at him. But I wanted to take it into this topic.
Okay.
Chris Murray has his fun Monday mailbag.
Okay.
These are the kind of things that he will talk about. So, you know Mr. Wally World?
Chevy Chase?
Scotty Wally?
Scotty Wally. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that fucking guy.
All right. Anyway, he loves participating in the Monday mailbag.
Okay.
And that's what Murray does. So anyway, the type of questions that Murray wants you to ask is, oh, hold on. It's right in front of me here. Outside of dogs and cats, what animals make the best pets? What does that have to do with sports?
Can you repeat the question?
Oh, shit. I hate it.
No, I'm just fucking...
All right, hold on. Here it comes. Outside of dogs and cats, what makes the best pets?
What is hamster?
You know, for this conversation, that's a good answer.
That's a sports writer? What's he going to fucking get out of that?
That's what bugs me about Reno so much.
Why does fucking Wally World like that?
I think it's a way of breaking the tension of people bitching about normal Nevada sports that he has to answer the same questions a lot.
Disclaimer, we are not a sports show.
We're not a sports show, but
why? Why?
that's my point.
Is he just trying to get like usership?
Penetrator. I'm just using this as an example.
I don't know, I'm just trying to fucking figure out why he would ask that question.
Okay, it's because that's kind of the Reno culture, and this goes more into the sports media thing that I want to talk about. If I'm an outsider, if I don't live in Nevada, and I start reading Murray's Monday mailbag, and I read those questions, I want to, I know where Reno 911 came from.
Yeah, not here.
It makes our sports culture look like a joke.
Yes, exactly.
Because if the topics they're asked turn into that means that we're not very diverse in our sports knowledge.
Well, we don't have anything else to fucking talk about.
Right.
You're talking about fucking dogs.
Yeah. I get it.
Pets. What? Yeah, but he asks it every week, though?
He asks a stupid question like that every week. And those are the type of questions that Murray loves. And this might be part of the reason. Maybe it's trying to help his Gardnerville famous stature. But I really wish Murray doesn't ignore any questions. Every time I put a question on there, all disclaimers, he's answered it. But there has been times where I've asked a question and he's kind of shunned it, made it a quick, short answer.
Or ghosted you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done that.
Yeah, you get ghosted.
So I just want the sports culture here, specifically with media and reporters, to get better.
Well, that's why. Okay. This is why podcasts are so popular. Is because you get the chance to fucking do it. All you have to do is record good quality shit, quality audio, and you could do any of this stuff.
Yeah, I hate journals. Are you hearing this?
you gotta get some ties. Right. Okay. If you're a specific sports show, you're trying to get that. But the hate journals, I mean, you get to break the fucking mold. You could do it.
So this translates to, we're talking to you, Reno Slant. Reno Slant. Listen to us. We're the people. We're not journalists.
We're two dumbasses on a fucking couch.
Yes. We're dumbasses that believe, well, one of us knows more sports than you guys. And the other one probably knows almost as much. But anyway, we just want you guys to be different. You guys are younger. You guys have nothing to lose. Your podcast, it's not shit unless it gets out of Reno. Because if you're trying to cater to the Reno audience, that's great. But at the end of the day, like Reno Live, like Kicks, like Dick and Jane's. And by the way, those are all old bars and clubs of Reno that you guys probably don't know about.
Oh, did you mention the Beer Barrel?
And like the Beer Barrel.
That was our favorite.
It was. But they all have one common trait. They all went away.
They all went away.
And you know why? Because they copied each other.
Yes.
Thirsty Thursdays.
$1 Coronas is pretty nice though.
10-cent drinks.
10-cent drinks. Oh, Q and Cushion. That building's not even fucking there.
No. It's going to be residential housing now.
Makes sense.
Reno Slant, are you listening to this?
Yeah. Listen to your elders.
Don't be Q and Cushion.
Don't be Kicks.
I can already tell. I had a beer barrel cup. It's probably around here somewhere. I don't know if Reno Slant has a t-shirt that I can buy. But it's going to be worth something because it's going to go away if you guys don't change it up.
Ooh, Dick and Jane's.
Dick and Jane's. Standing in the rain.
No, not standing.
Sitting on the car.
Sitting on the curb.
Anyway.
Penetrator,
did you talk to anybody? Did someone bring the show up to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to call him Ryan 2.
Ryan 2.
I got approached today, or not today, yesterday, at the gym about someone talking about the show to him, and he discovered that I was a penetrator.
How'd you feel about that?
I thought it was awesome. I was kind of in shock. I should have talked to him more about it, but he hadn't listened to the show. Someone talked to him, like
Word of mouth?
Word of mouth. Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. So we're set up in an alley. Word travels through these alleys.
Oh yeah, it's like an echo chamber.
It's crazy.
Like a ping. Yeah. So Ryan 2, if you made it this far, if you listen to this show,
Thank you
for
hopefully
boosting my ego.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we need. We're only doing this for our egos and free shit. And the free shit ain't working out right now. But we don't quit.
No.
Hey, we're still setting the bar, shooting for less.
Yes.
And it's actually kind of working because I had the same experience out at the beach at Pyramid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
a relative.
That's what I was going to say. Was it a cousin?
Yes.
A cousin told...
I don't know how it even worked out.
A cousin told Ryan 2 about the show.
One of my cousins?
I don't have any cousins here.
Shit. Well, now it feels like a participation award. Thanks.
Hey, he came up to me though, so that was pretty dope.
Well, we're gonna keep going.
He's not related to you.
I know. No. That's good.
Yeah. So,
I think this just sums up. By the way, we're at pattybandwagon.libsyn.com.
Yeah, we should do that at the beginning.
We should have done that at the beginning.
Okay, yeah, so that's where he was like, oh, where's the show at? I'm like...
You got to listen to the whole thing.
I was like, Patty Band.
So to all our listeners, just let them know we are extremely amateur, and you have to listen to the whole show just to find it.
Which is a weird loop because...
Hey.
Anyways.
We're trying to be different.
Yeah, just tell them, fucking, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell them to listen to Patty Bandwagon on iTunes.
And again, this
or
was...
Spotify.
Or iTunes, Spotify, pattybandwagon.libsyn.com
is the official website.
And that's the official website.
Which is awesome, by the way.
And
C-Steam. C-Steam.
A participant.
Yes. He's still putting up...
He's still fighting?
He's still listening. So, yeah.
All right. Well, guys, help us out. Whatever we talk about it, share it with them. Hate journals. Share this podcast. Since we're talking about podcasts, I just messed up our show. Let's share it with Hate Journals.
Yeah.
Let's share it with Reno Slant.
Let's be... Maybe we can get a partnership with
No. Stop it.
Well, I'm just saying
I do this show so I don't have to work with crazy chicks.
Well, we're not going to fucking work with them, but we'll be the fucking... the logical male side to the Hate Journals.
Well, okay, this is what we're going to do for them. I'm going to listen to the Hate Journals this week.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. And I'm going to give my review. You're going to listen to Reno Slant.
Okay.
And you're going to give your review of this week's show.
Okay.
And we just need to remember, we come off kind of harsh. Yeah. We're part of a show community. We need to give constructive criticism about their shows.
Are you going to be accepting of their hateful?
Not necessarily. But I'm going to do my best to drink enough so I can think of it as a positive.
Okay.
You have the easy one this week. Reno Slant isn't that bad. Like you can tell they're young. You can tell they've only seen Nevada sports from about 2002, 2003 on. So they only have a quarter of this school's history. But
not even.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
And who knows? The SID, Sports Information Director that I was talking about.
Thank you.
He is a great outlet for them to throw some knowledge at me that's going to like blow my mind, and you're going to report it.
Okay. Okay. I'll listen to it. How many minutes do you want me to listen to?
8 minutes.
8 minutes again?
8 minutes.
Okay. I'll probably have to do 10 just to get that 2.
Hopefully you are intrigued long enough to make it to maybe 12.
Ooh. Well,
I have the battle.
Yeah, you have a battle. And you can't start from the beginning. You got to jump in the middle and just try to figure out. Don't read the title. That'll make it even better.
Okay.
Because I didn't
don't
do
read
that.
the title.
Don't read the title. Jump in and be like, "What in the fuck are you talking about? Holy shit!"
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to go to salons anymore. But there's people that listen to
thank God
this.
you don't have dreads.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Penetrator. What do you got to say to the people?
Bye. Oh yeah, Instagram _penetrator.
Again, that was amateur _penetrator. If you want to find Patty Bandwagon, it's on Instagram. You just type that in the search. It should come up.
Yeah, and you'll see our fat.
And just remember, we didn't even rate Reno Slant, but the Hate Journal's got a 2.4 on the Patty Bandwagon show.
Well, we'll do it next time.
No,
because we'll listen.
So right now we'll give Reno Slant what? We'll just call it Reno Slant Sucks, and it's a 1.4, and we'll roll with that.
Okay. For right now, until I get used to it. So.
All right, I'm going to be the Penetrator and do the bye. Yeah, and now.